Hi dear students, today we are going to talk about microorganisms and human health, starting with the first part, which is microorganisms. In this lecture, we are going to have an introduction to microorganisms. We'll talk about some beneficial and harmful microbes, and also we are going to discuss about types of diseases. As an introduction, we can say that microorganisms are small living organisms that generally cannot be seen with naked eye. It means we have to use lenses of microscope in order to observe them. Microorganisms or microbes include bacteria, fungi, and protozoas, which are living organisms, living unicellular. Sometimes they can be multicellular as well. And they might include some non-living infections agents like viruses and prions. Microbes can have many important and beneficial biological functions, such as photosynthesis, like algae and some bacteria capture energy from sunlight and convert it into food, forming the basics of the food chain, obviously. They can work as decomposers, like many microbes break down dead and decaying matters and recycle nutrients, and nutrients can be used by other organisms further. Nitrogen fixation. Some bacteria can take nitrogen from air and incorporate it into the soil. The next kind of beneficial function for the microorganisms would be digestion. Animals have microorganisms in their digestive tract that are essential for digestion and synthesizing some vitamins as well, such as vitamin K. In producing medicines like antibiotics and other kind of drugs are naturally synthesized by microbes. We have to know this. In food industries, like in order to make alcohol, bread, vinegar, cheese, yogurt, and coffee, chocolate, and kind of things, usually industries are using microbes. In genetic engineering, using some microbes, they can make some medicines. Say they can produce some important products like human growth hormone, insulin, blood clotting factor, and so on. Harms of microorganisms. Some microorganisms can cause to diseases. It means they can be pathogen. Pathogen is the terminology that we are using for anything that causes disease. For example, bacteria can cause tuberculosis or cholera. Viruses can cause HIV and influenza. Fungi can cause candidiasis of skin, and protozoas can cause tinea nigra and malaria. So, we talked about diseases. We have to know that there are two types of diseases basically, congenital diseases and acquired diseases. Congenital diseases are diseases that we have it since our birth. And about the acquired diseases, we are gaining that type of diseases during our lifetime. There are two types of acquired diseases, communicable or infectious, non-communicable or non-infectious. The communicable or infectious diseases also divided into two types, contagious like smallpox and ringworm, and non-contagious like malaria and tuberculosis. Non-communicable diseases is further divided into four types, like degenerative or organic diseases like heart diseases and nephritis, deficiency diseases, for example, scurvy, rickets, and anemias, allergies like hay fever, and cancers. There are several ways through which microbes can reach us. For example, they can transmit by air, they can transmit by water, they can transmit by animals, and they can transmit by direct contact. And the spreading of microbes and diseases is known as transmission. By being hygienic, by using some certain type of antibiotics, and by vaccination, we can prevent or we can stop the spreading of diseases. That was all about microorganisms and diseases. Thanks for watching.